Hi everybody, this is Tana with Proverbial Homemaker, and today I have a review for you on the high school level curriculum from Northwest Treasures. So this is a high school geology curriculum. We've used Northwest Treasures for years in our homeschool, and I knew we were going to love it when we got the high school level, and we definitely did. But I wanted to give you guys a peek inside this curriculum and just some details about why we enjoy it and how it can work for your homeschool. So my oldest right now is just finishing up 10th grade. And since he was like 7 years old, just a little guy, he has always loved geology. And specifically, he has always loved finding and learning evidence for a biblical account of creation. And early on, when we went to a homeschool conference here in Oregon, we learned about Northwest Treasures, just this fantastic, Christ-centered geology resource. They have hands-on kits and curriculum for all ages and stages, so I definitely recommend checking them out. I'll leave you a link to a review that I've done in the past of their younger levels. We're actually going through them again this year, or we're just finishing up because my boys, I have 3 young boys at the tail end of the 6 kids, and they wanted to do geology too, just like their biggest brother. So we have been re-enjoying that curriculum all over again and just having a blast. But this past year, my oldest wanted to take a year of focusing on geology again. And he wanted to be able to do that for high school credit. And I was really pleased to find out that Northwest Treasures had just what we needed. So for the high school level, actually, Northwest Treasures has a whole bunch of materials and resources that are perfect for high school level. And if you go to the blog post review for their high school level geology curriculum, and I'll leave you that link, you can see the details and the full list of all of those resources. But the main 4 high school kits that they have are bedrock geology, rocks and minerals, the stuff of the earth, fossils, dinosaurs, and cavemen, and then volcanoes, volcanic rocks, and earthquakes. So those are 4 different kits, and each kit is a 1 semester credit. So 2 kits is a full year of science. And my oldest, I told him he could pick out what he wanted to do, and he picked bedrock geology and rocks and minerals. And then we ended up getting the fossils, dinosaurs, and caveman one anyway to do again later. But those 2, bedrock geology and rocks and minerals, are the ones that he focused on for his credit for this year. And, like I said, I already knew he was going to love it, and he did. He really enjoyed it. So even though my son has spent, his entire homeschool career digging into creation geology and really eating anything up he could find on that topic, he really enjoyed these kits and got a lot out of them. So I'm very pleased with how it turned out, and we'll definitely be keeping them for the next kids down the road. He especially loved the hands-on nature that he could have these kits with all the different samples inside, and they're very clearly labeled, and he could use them throughout the curriculum. He really enjoyed that. He, as always, learned a lot from the actual lesson content itself. But in the first kit that he did, the bedrock geology one, which is a really good one to start with if your high schooler isn't really familiar with creation geology, it included a book by Mr. Nure called Genesis Rock Solid, and he absolutely loved that book. He just found it really fascinating. So like I said, each kit counts as a unit for 1 semester long. And in each kit, you'll get all the samples that go along with that unit. And these are substantial samples, and they're all labeled really well, and really make this hands-on component of the curriculum excellent. It just kind of makes it come to life because they're not just reading about it, they get to look at and examine these different samples. So it comes with all the samples that you're going to need, and it comes with the lesson book that has the text all in it. And these kits include the books that have vocabulary study, and it would have the text that their kids are going to read and highlight. And then each lesson has activities that they can complete. And these activities can be answering questions or doing some of the hands-on activities like working with the samples, or whatever. Each lesson has some activities to kind of give a hands-on component and interact with the text that they just read. We also added to the curriculum a component of narrating. We use narrating a lot in our homeschool, which just means telling me back what he read or heard. So he would read his lesson for the week and do the highlighting and answer the questions and read the chapters from the extra book in the case of the Bedrock Geology one. And then he would get together with me at the end of the week and he would share with me what he learned in those texts. So he would narrate back to me all the things he learned, the activities he did. And we do this kind of thing for a couple reasons. It really helps to solidify in his mind what he learned. It helps him just kind of review what he learned. A lot of times we'll have the little kids around and they'll be learning along with me, from what he has learned. So we're all kind of learning together because he's narrating it to us. It also really provides opportunities for some fantastic discussions and rabbit trails, and we all just end up learning together in the process. So it's a wonderful component to add to it, but it's not necessary. The curriculum comes with questions they can answer and the samples and all of these things that go with it. And if you want a more detailed explanation of how he used the curriculum, again, go to the blog post that I provide and it will give you some more detail about how that worked. The bottom line is that we just really love Northwest Treasures. This was another win in our homeschool. We love the hands-on learning aspect. I love that it's a biblical young earth perspective and it just does an excellent job of giving them tools and answers for all the questions that they're going to encounter in their lives. And ultimately, it is faith building for my kids and for us as a family as a whole. So definitely check out Northwest Treasures. They have kits and resources for all grade levels. They also have live classes that you can look at and even in-person experiences like Yellowstone Park and all sorts of things. So definitely check them out. It will be a blessing to your family and to your homeschool.